gonna go like really quick. It's gonna go to I got a party. You knew where you were gonna be. There's like the dancing music. Well, it's not raining. So cheers, guys. How are you? Okay. How are you guys doing? Welcome to our spooky team meeting. Spooky team meeting. Welcome. And we are not going to deviate from our beginning from every team meeting. So everybody go and stand up. Let's do our culture statement. You guys ready?
I gotta say, I don't see any Squid Game in here. I don't see any Squid
Not
Game.
yet.
Everybody-
That was it was an idea. We didn't go that way.
Yeah,
So,
coulda.
You guys ready? Win-win. Integrity.
Do the right thing.
Customers.
Always come first.
Commitment.
In all things.
Communication.
Seek first to understand.
Teamwork.
Together, everyone achieves more.
Trust.
Starts with honesty.
Equity.
Opportunities for all.
Success.
Results through equal.
Good job. Give yourselves a hand and have a seat. So tell me something good today.
I feel it. So I just put a listing on Thursday. Got multiple offers and I'm under contract with an agent in this office. And I'm
Woo!
ready.
Stop. The good things. It seems odd that like we're asking for good things in the middle of like spookiness.
Yeah.
Should we ask for bad things? No.
My sister-in-law had her second child this morning.
So is it a boy or a girl?
Boy.
Okay. So a nephew, right? Is that?
Yep.
Right.
Yes.
They're actually they're like 30 years apart.
Okay. Good. The good things.
I mean, I think a good thing is there was an axe murderer that walked in.
I know, right?
I am dying to know who that is.
Yeah.
No.
And we're still not gonna end.
Yeah.
Okay, good deal. So
Moving towards the door.
Yes. Can we talk about how amazing this room looks?
I know, right? So
Who do we need to give some love to?
Stephen D and the leadership team all pulled this together yesterday. So good job, guys. Amazing. We like to have a little fun here at KWFA. Any other good things?
I think everyone's ready to get spooky. Oh, yes,
Oh.
please.
I got my first client this week.
First of many. First of many. Love it.
Love
Anybody else?
Happy to be here.
Happy to be here. Love it.
Very
Good job. Well, I want you guys to, I think what's next? Okay, birthdays. That's what's next. Birthdays are coming up. Cassandra was yesterday. Got a lot today. Wednesday, Shakira, Desiree, and then a lot more. So, happy birthday to everybody. Anybody in the room has a birthday this week? Anybody? Happy birthday! Woo!
When's your birthday?
Tomorrow, okay.
Oh, yes.
Your son is how old?
23.
Okay,
And I had it
23.
when I was 2. Yes.
Okay. I get it. So they turn 23 eventually. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah. And you were still alive by then.
We'll see. The threes are not fun right now. I have 3-year-old twins and a 7-year-old. So the 3-year-olds are, the 2s are nothing. Like three is just.
Wait a minute, what?
Yeah. So Cara has a 2-year-old. So just let her know that the 2s are incredible in every single way, and the 3 are. That's my spooky story. 3-year-olds. Okay.
Where's Team Tequila?
Love it. Let's partner up. Partner up.
Partner
Grab
up,
somebody.
everybody.
Partner up. You got me.
He's gonna be on the partner too.
I can be
I want you to share a spooky horror or spooky story in real estate. Spooky horror or just spooky story in real estate. So if you've had any showings of a house, you found something weird or any kind of spooky or crazy things that you've seen in real estate. Go to chair.
Ready, go. I will start.
Okay, guys, I'm going to give you 2 more minutes, and what we're going to do is we're going to have a competition for the spookiest, scariest real estate story, okay? So 2 more minutes. One more minute. Okay, let's come together. Okay, now that you've had some time to share, who do you think has a who has a spooky real estate story they would like to share? Okay, hold on. You can't just share it. There's a whole thing you have to do. Flashlight and do that while you share. Okay. Oh wait, there it is. Oh, other flashlight. You need the flashlight. Yeah, you have to have the flashlight or you can't share. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
This is going to be even more terrifying. So this may or may not involve one of the agents in our office, who shall remain nameless for now. But she's in the 3rd row. Anyhow, so we were in the office, and she gets a email inquiry for one of her listings that she was having a difficult time selling. And he had mentioned how he really loved the way that it backed up to a nature preserve, and said that he could arrange to meet her there around dusk. Who the Sam hell uses dusk as a time frame? Thank you. So, she said... So maybe this involves 2 agents in our office. So she was insistent that she was going to sell this house, and I was like, you know, this is really not a good idea. I said, well, get a copy of his driver's license. So she said, oh, can you text me a picture of your driver's license? Well, he emails her back and is like not giving the phone number at all. So I look at the name and the address on tax records, and they don't match. And I was just like, this is really stupid, but she insisted that she wanted to do it anyways. So I said, well, I'll go with you. So we pull up to the house, and the guy had parked in the cul-de-sac, and which was kind of odd in the first place, because we were looking at the house, not the street. And so we go in the house, and I'm hanging back in the background, and she's showing this house, and the entire time, he is just like looking at the back of her head, pretty much the whole showing, like not interested at all in the house. And then we kind of wrap up the showing, and he gives some low ball offer at the end, and she was like, no, that doesn't work. And he said, well, I may have a friend who's interested. And of course she was like, oh, that sounds great, let me know what his friend is. Yeah, and so we're turning the lights off, and I'm like, that was the freakiest interaction I've ever seen. And we walk up the stairs, and it's like a 2-story foyer, and we look out the window, and the guy was driving off. Well, he had taken his license plate off of the vehicle. No temporary tag, it was gone. Like screws and all removed from the vehicle. So she decides that he emails her back and says, oh, well, I've got a friend, and could you show both of us the house? You can imagine my reaction to that. And so she was like, well, I'm going to do it anyways. I said, okay, well, turn your location on your phone so I can find your body when both of you. So she goes to pull up to the house and then calls me and said that there's a car idling in the driveway, but nobody was in it. And she got freaked out and left. First logical thing she had done. So she drives away, and she's like, hold on, I'll call you in a minute, and then pulls into a church parking lot. And she said, well, I think they're following me. And I said, well, you know the area, take a couple of big loops around and call me back. She did. They were following her. Drove into a friend's neighborhood and followed her all the way into the neighborhood, and then parked in the cul-de-sac. And when somebody went down to approach the vehicle, they sped off with no license plate on the rear of the vehicle at all. And then fast forward, we were talking about it about a week later, and somebody had mentioned that the driver's license looked expired, and said, well, what do they look like? And we Google searched Georgia driver's license, and that was, lo and behold, third image down was the image of the driver's license that the guy had emailed her. So, don't do that, and if anybody asks to meet at dusk, say no.
Wow.
Is that a true story?
That is
Who has another spooky story?
That's pretty spooky.
Even D.
By the way, that is
So this is not really my story, it's Janet Bond's story. And I don't know, Janet Bond used to be a team leader at Buckhead, and then she was also in this office years ago. But Janet had a foreclosure listing, and it went under contract, and the night before closing, it caught fire and burned down. And in the process of investigating the fire, they found a dead body in the bathtub. That's a true story. And so somebody had murdered somebody, stuck him in this closed foreclosure house, and burned it down. So she didn't close.
Moral of the
Who's next? Who's next? That's it? Corey's got one. Corey's got one.
Those were two doozies right there.
And if this is your first team meeting, I promise it gets better. It's not all dead bodies and murder attempts.
Yes, little caveat, they're not all like this. I promise.
A client wanted to see an open door property.
Hey Cindy, would you share yours?
Been involved in another one, just leave it alone.
I shared that last time.
Can you share it again?
Yes.
I don't think we're gonna hear it.
Okay.
It's a really good one.
Flashlight.
With the flashlight this time.
We'll see how, it's hard to go up against that.
I don't want to go
That's a hard one.
for it. And I'm gonna kill you.
That's my scary
Story, Eric dies.
For the record, if anybody ever needs to find her, her location is still turned on my phone.
Getting turned off after this meeting. Thank you very much. All right, so I was selling a condo in Garden Hills, and right before closing, the seller comes up to me. He goes, "Hey, Cindy, do you know why I'm selling this condo?" And I'm like, "No," because you said you wanted to move. Da da da. He said, "Because there was a murder upstairs, and the female killed the male, and now the male is haunting my condo, and he shows up with at night, and he has long white hair, and he wears all white. And if I close the bedroom door, he opens it. And if I close the bathroom door, he opens it. But I'm getting out." And it closed. And we never told the buyer.
Anybody else?
I think that buyer was the one who was looking at your listings.
Katie?
How do I hold this?
Yes, you got it.
So about a year and a half ago, I had buyers looking in Mableton and Austell, and they would drive around first to kind of check out which ones we wanted to go see the next day. Appreciated them not wasting my time. Thanks, buyers. So they're parked outside one home, and it's a little run down, but they're open to a project. That's okay. So out comes this kind of strange acting woman. She's like, "Hey, come in, come in." They're like, "Well, that's okay. We're going to make a showing with our agent tomorrow." She's like, No, it's fine." He calls me. I said, "Sure. If you're comfortable with it, go ahead." Hoarder house full of stuff. It's terrible. So that started to make more sense why it's priced so low. It had a huge price drop, this, that, and the other. So, okay, we put in an offer. We get it. He keeps thinking about how strange this woman was and how she was kind of acting, maybe she was kind of strung out on something. Something was going on there, so he Googles her. She is on trial because she got pregnant and had a baby. And when that baby didn't show up with her family, they went looking for it, and it was in the freezer of the basement of that home. And my clients are like, "Well, we're in due diligence, but it's." They went forward with it. That's fine. Woman takes forever to get out, right? The listing agent eventually has to order dumpsters and workers to get all this stuff out. Closing's delayed several times. And she keeps telling us she doesn't know where she's gonna go. And we're like, "Well, you have like 90 grand from this home, like just skedaddle." And come to find out, there's several other family members in the area that had passed recently. Their urns were in the basement and they were left there. So those were disposed of. And she tells us that she's gonna be moving to California. So I'm like, do I need to tell the authorities that you're on trial? I'm like, you're about to flee the state. Well, after closing, they think the next day someone got into the house. And so I'm like, well, let's definitely change the locks, yada yada. They put out a camera. She's breaking into the garage to stay there because she doesn't know where else to go. And so they put a padlock on the basement/garage door coming upstairs. And she's breaking in. They find blankets and chips and soda bottles and stuff. So she's living in the garage for a couple days. We have no idea where she went. I don't think her trial ever actually happened. So look out for Carol Sauter. She is out there. And about whenever, this was like a year and a half ago, so whenever the stimulus payments started coming out, my client said they were getting a bunch of random pieces of mail with names on it that we didn't think had lived on the property at the time. They were letting people have their stimulus checks sent to the house, and they would go knock on their door to collect what had been mailed there. Like, no, like, don't have your stuff sent to my house, change it, yada yada. They flipped that house, sold it 2 months ago, and now they live in a different state. So.
Yeah, like what happened to the freezer?
We asked for that to be removed prior to closing.
Probably smart. Probably smart. Love it. Okay, we're gonna vote. We're gonna vote. Okay. So those who told a story, if you could stand up, because I can't remember everybody. If you just stand up, okay. We're gonna start in order of the story. So whoever wants Eric to win, clap. And Steven's story. Okay. Cinder. Corey's story. Cindy's story. And then Katie's story. The winner! Congratulations. Congratulations.
Freezer baby wins everything.
Freezer baby. Okay, good. Now, a word from our sponsor. So come on out, everybody.
Can't believe y'all had that many good stories. I mean, one after the other. That's pretty impressive for this group. First, go Braves. Everybody. Power Ranger. Go Power Rangers, I guess. So I wanted to introduce a new attorney that we hired recently. This is Makisha Anderson. Makisha's got a ton of energy. She's got a lot of experience in the Atlanta market doing closings, title, everything related to what we do. I think it's 14 years in the business, which you could never tell because she looks too young to have 14 years on her belt. But she's working a lot of time in our Buckhead office, kind of learning our systems and training, covering all over the place. We're gonna open a Duluth office or North Gwinnett area office, and she's gonna manage that office. So that's good. And so turn it over. You just want to tell a little bit about yourself.
Hello, everyone. As Pat said, my name is Makisha Anderson. I've been doing real estate roughly about 14 years. I've represented realtors, agents, brokers, lenders, all type of transactions from REO to transactional transactions. I find that my baby is title, because as you guys know or will find out, that title clearance is needed to get you to the closing table and get you your commissions. That's something that I do pride myself on. I welcome any questions that anyone has in regards to title, a file that may be under contract with us or not with us, or just a title inquiry at all. I welcome all of those questions, and like I say, happy to be a part of MMH, and I'm looking forward to working with all of you guys.
You have a personal life, so tell us a little about your...
I do. I am a mom of boys. I have a 2-year-old and a 7-year-old, so I can definitely attest to that 2 to 3-year-old life, because you do need tequila or something. It's one day at a time. They're in all kinds of sports, so my life is consumed with sports, and they are in the Brookwood cluster, so go Broncos if you're out in that Gwinnett area.
Thank you guys, appreciate all you do for us.
And just a reminder, to back off of the title, that she mentioned title, we do have that class coming up November 11th with Ray McCullough. She is fantastic, dynamic, can answer any and all of your title questions. So we hope to see you all there November 11th, right? Yes. I think that's on the, there'll be a slide. There'll be a slide. Thank y'all.
Thank you guys. Let's hear from Supreme. Come on up, guys.
Bonjour.
stories made me, I feel faint. I feel faint with that freezer baby. This is so much fun, you guys. You remember Eric Moody, and I'm going to talk about the CE class that some of y'all attended, and thank you for attending that. I want to give you some feedback from your fellow agents, and then talk about what we do to inspire and educate you. We did have our CE class with Lisa Myers, the Credit Essentials, and here we had some, we always do a course evaluation. We had some very strong, wonderful comments from your team members. Extremely beneficial course. I highly recommend all agents take advantage of this opportunity and wealth of knowledge. So informative, exclamation point. Wish I'd taken this class 20 years ago. So do I. Wonderful class. So glad I attended. Great topic. Lisa is an incredible presenter / instructor. So we will be having another course for you guys coming up. Now, our marketing platform is not such that we want to hand out koozies and pens and pads of paper that say Supreme on it. We want to offer programs to you guys to educate you, to inspire you, to become better people in your personal life and your professional life. And here's kind of a snippet of all the personal, professional, best programs that we've put together for you guys. Once a month, and we'll be putting on the website our upcoming events, and it's Facebook. It's all on Facebook, so you can do it from the privacy of your own home, your own office, in your car, whatever. And Eric's going to give a quick update on some of the credit score listing.
So just quick comment on this. Next month it's Mark Rick. So go Dogs, right?
Go Dogs.
Yeah. So we'll promote that, and then we're doing a series with Doug Duncan,
yes,
who's the chief economist with Fannie Mae.
Yep, 6-part series.
Yep, and so speaking of Fannie and Freddie, what does that represent? Conventional loans?
Yes.
For those of you who've been in the business a while, what's the minimum score on a conventional loan? 620, right? Well, Fannie, DU, the automated underwriting system, has come up with a new methodology. It's called a blended rate. I'm doing a loan right now, 660 credit score and 590. Isn't that amazing? You blend the scores, you get above 620. We run it through the automated underwriting system, DU, and if we get an approved eligible, we can go. This particular loan that I'm working on, which is approved eligible, they are putting down a substantial amount of money. So, not to say that every deal is going to work, but just kind of keep that in mind. It's not Freddie, it's strictly Fannie, but it can work. So just don't prejudge anybody. We'll send them to Lisa Myers, we can help on credit, but anyway, we're running it through the pipeline. And I actually got an appraisal waiver on that one too, so good stuff. Anyway.
It's a good change from Fannie.
Yeah, start with Supreme, thank you.
Yep.
You guys, okay, everybody stand up. We're gonna do some fist bumps and high fives.
I
Okay, my friends, let's come back together. Come back together. Okay. I would like to introduce you all to someone very special. Awkward pause. So our story from the Freezer Baby came from Katie, who is our new Director of Productivity here in the office. So welcome, Katie. Just tell us about yourself, where you're from, all that stuff.
Okay. Hi everyone. Please don't remember me as just Freezer Baby Girl from now on. I was like, darn it, why did I say that right before I'm introduced? I have been in Georgia for almost 4 years. I was at a different Rawls Group office for a while, and now I'm here and I'm very excited. And so I was a productivity coach there at Peachtree Road for a little over a year, and I'm very excited about getting our new agents up and running here. My goal would be to be the #1 PC program in all of Keller Williams. Thank you. I'm so glad that all of you went that as well. I'm from Virginia, moved to Florida, came to Georgia. I think I'm here to stay. Finally found a place I really like. And I'm sorry that I wore the wrong sports team today. Go Braves.
Love it. Katie,
No, that's the right one. That's Farmer
you're good. Any questions for Katie? Any questions? Okay. We are very, very, very happy to have her, so welcome her and all that stuff. So thank you, Katie. Okay, now for our costume contest. So if you have dressed up and would like to be eligible for our Google Nest Mini, which I'm probably going to give away, the Google Nest Mini, please come up and line up up front for those who have dressed up. So come on up. Come on up. Marco, can you play some spooky music?
Friday the 13th, they're gonna win.
So scary. So scary. Okay, come on up. Come on up. Good. Over there. There's a light. Over there. Over there. Anybody else? Anybody else?
Where's Becca?
Okay. So we're gonna go down the line, and everybody. This is so scary. Okay, everybody introduce yourself and what your costume is if it's not obvious.
My name is Bridget Green, and I'm one of those creatures or critters that live in your house.
Turn around.
Oh yeah.
I'm Adam Sunshine. I'm supposed to be Gomez from Adam's Family.
Nice.
I'm Zillow.
And I'm Stephen D, and I'm a pirate.
And I have the scariest costume of all. I'm the agent that you're co-oping with who still has her 90s headshot.
Okay, we're going to go down the line, and yet again, by applause, we're going to go this way to that way. Just clap for the one that you want the most. Okay, so number one. Okay, go behind you guys. Number two. Okay, there. Okay, Stephen D. And one. I think it's Stephen D. So, good job, Stephen. Congratulations. So, good job. Thank you all for dressing up. I'm still spooked out by you. Oh my God. That was so not anybody I'd ever expect to be wearing that. So, that's awesome shit. I love it. Love it. Okay, let's jump into talking about the holidays. Some of you all are already hearing some holiday objections. Anybody getting those yet? Starting to get some of those holiday objections. So we're going to talk about some objection handlers when it comes to the holidays. What happens during the holidays? What do people typically do with their houses? Yeah. But if they're listing their house, what do they call and tell you around this time?
They're gonna wait.
They're going to wait. Yeah, exactly. They're going to take it off the market. Or you're going to wait to list the house, right? Okay, so we're going to talk around objection handlers when it comes to those conversations. So we're going to look at 4 of them. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay, number 1. No one is looking for homes right now. Absolutely wrong. So let's look at the points that we can make if we come across this. Low inventory, less competition for your home. Those buyers who are looking are serious. No one does this for fun this time of year. And then with less competition and serious buyers looking, it's nice to be one of the only options out there. So those are 3 points that you can make if you come across that objection. Has anybody seen that yet? You're about to. So we're heading into that season where you're going to start seeing this. So here's a script. There it is. I can tell you've been talking to other agents because a lot of them are going to tell you the same thing. What I know is that the people that are looking during the holidays, they're serious. They're buying a home. And while less volume of homes sell, inventory is also lower. So there's less competition for you, and when you're the only option in town and people are losing out on houses, and you've got serious buyers looking for to do something, that's the kind of situation you want to be in, right? Okay, so that is objection handler number 1. Number 2, won't my home sell better in the spring?
No.
Why not? But the grass is green, the flowers coming out. What are you talking about? You don't want to sell. Do what? Christmas lights. So here's a point that you can make with objection number 2. It's all about buyers having a positive emotional response to a home. And what's more emotional than the holidays? Right? Holidays. So let's look at a script for this. The home is going to show well no matter what, if you prep it properly. And we've got a service available to do that. It's about buyers having the right emotional reaction when they walk through the door. And that's what more and what's more emotional than the holiday season? Being there with your family, envisioning your memories happening when you see the tree up, when you see the decorations there, so your lights, so that sounds a lot more emotional to me than just some flowers in a flower bed, right?
It's also a little
I'm used to reading 3-year-old books, okay? Give me a break. These are like full sentences. Just stay with me. Okay, objection number 3. I don't want to move during the holidays.
That's a strong one.
That's the strongest one. So how do we handle that one?
You don't have to.
You don't have to, okay. Just squat in the house after it's closed.
Make a deal on
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Or talk to Katie's person, just move back in. So 1 point to make is you won't move now, you'll probably move in January or February. That's if it's later in November or December. Right now, you're probably going to close before the first of the year, so maybe this is not going to be, this one, you're not going to use this one too much right now. So this is also in preparation. You'll see a lot more of these objections after Thanksgiving, okay? Leading up to Thanksgiving and after Thanksgiving. So we're just prepping you all for the conversations that are coming. Right now, you can probably still close. So here's a script for that. The great news is you won't move. The great news is you won't move. If you sell your home in December, you'll probably not close until January, February anyway. So you can have your holidays there. Do your family thing, which is really important, way more important than real estate. And still not have to disrupt yourself. You're just getting this home sold and not dealing with that in January. Not dealing with that until January, February. Okay. So like I said, that's probably not going to use that until after Thanksgiving into the 1st of December.
Otherwise, we can find you temporary housing in an outdoor nativity scene somewhere.
Yes, nativity scenes are so chic.
Plentiful.
It's the thing this year. It's the thing. So, last objection is there. We don't want people showing the home during the holidays. Anybody heard that one before?
Yes.
Okay, so some points to give them will be, we'll work around your schedule. People have time off and shop for homes. And then you're making it easier on yourself. Those good points. And then there's a script for that one. Oh God, there's a lot of words. We'll do that. Well, no one's going to go look at your home on Christmas Day or Christmas Eve. There's a couple days that are going to be a little slower. That's normal. But they also have more time off then, too. So they have the whole week off before Christmas and New Year's. People have more time to look at properties. They can see during those days. It gets darker out earlier during December and the holiday season. So you're really setting yourself up to have an easier time showing the home. And who doesn't want easier showings, right? Good deal. Any other objections you guys are expecting to come in contact with or you're starting to hear out there?
Or depending at the price point, just say they would probably sell it the first weekend and put on the market anyway. So,
do I?
I mean, you'll sell it probably the first weekend you put it on the market anyways, depending on the price point. So it's not like it's gonna have to be stressed out during the actual holidays.
Yeah. What we're seeing right now, and I've talked about this a few team meetings ago, if a home isn't sold within the first 7 days, the average days on market right now is 50.
Yeah.
Okay? First 7 days, average days on market is now 50. So price it right. And do not shoot for the moon. You cannot shoot for the moon anymore. What's going on? Oh. Do not shoot for the moon anymore as far as your pricing goes. Just because the market is shifting, we've been talking about that, okay?
Yeah.
Any other objections you guys are hearing?
Sure.
Okay, we're handing out what I just showed you up there, the scripts and the objection handlers, so you guys can have those on call if you need them. So there you go. Just prepping you guys, helping you all understand the fact that we're heading into that holiday season. After October, you blink and then Thanksgiving's happening. From Thanksgiving, you're moving straight to Christmas. So understand your all's buyers and seller trends during this time too, and be cognizant and be respectful of what they enjoy. So cool. Coming up in KWFA. So this week, tomorrow is Be a Boss. 10 secrets of a mega EA. This is a Zoom registration required. This is being brought in by the Southeast region. So if you have an EA or if you're looking to hire an EA, I would encourage you to take that class. Commands tomorrow, Lift, Key Please tomorrow, then Tech Office with Nick. And then Thursday, adding and managing contacts in your database, Show It app training, and then Friday DocuSign training is going on there. And we have a lot coming up tomorrow. If you are in the office or would like to support Team Lindy and breast cancer, we are all wearing pink here in the office tomorrow. So if you come by and you see us all in pink, that's what we're doing. And a scavenger hunt's happening. What's the 28th? Is that Friday? Thursday. So Thursday, scavenger hunt's going on. Culture committee, anybody from Culture committee here? Get a hold of Paula if you'd like to be part of the scavenger hunt. There is a $25 charge for that, so get a hold of Paula or somebody from the Culture committee for that. Ignite is the last Ignite before the end of the year, starting Monday. Did you know that Monday is November?
Yeah.
Because I just figured that out this week, or today. Yeah, Nick was like, oh yeah, Ignite starts next week in November. I'm like, next week's November. Okay, here we are. So Ignite will be starting next week. It'll be going through November. And CE class, November 1st, 1 to 4:15 if you want to need more CE credits. Business Planning Clinic, 9 to 4. If you have a pulse and are in real estate, you should be in this class. Does anybody have a pulse? Is anybody in this room in real estate? You should be in this class. This is the Business Planning Clinic with Kent Temple. You will walk away from this class with your business plan for 2022. That's next year, 2022. So I would encourage you to please set aside this day to focus on next year, okay? There are two really important classes that come around once a year, Bowl comes around twice a year. That's an incredibly important class, and this is another important class. It's your business planning class. So make sure that you jump in this class. Okay, $29 includes lunch. And McManamy. Thank you. November 11th. It's much smaller up here. November 11th. Additional CE credits for that class as well. Thanksgiving feast, November 16th, that Tuesday, in lieu of team meeting, we'll be doing that 11:30 to 1. And then we have our holiday celebration coming up, Saturday, December 11th. You can go to kwfaevents.info and register for those. So kwfaevents.info, and you can just go to kwfa.info, and then we'll have a link to register for these events. Okay. I think that's it. What are some ahas from today? What are some ahas from today?
Real estate scary.
Real estate scary? Okay. That's a good start.
If someone says dusk, run away.
Perfect. And that's what we'll end on. So thank you guys for being here today and joining with us in our holidays, our spooky team meeting. Lunch should be on the way if it's not here already. So thank you all, and we'll see you all next week. All
You know